In November 1997, Margate welcomed Fulham here to Hartsdown Park for an FA Cup first round fixture. The Cottagers were managed at the time by Kevin Keegan and his assistant Ray Wilkins, and the Sky Sports cameras were in attendance too. We caught up with Margate goalscorer on the day, Mark Munday, to relive his memories from the day and look ahead to Margate welcoming a Fulham 11 to Hartsdown Park this pre-season on Wednesday the 20th of July. Mark, thanks for joining us today. Obviously the game against Fulham this season is fast approaching. We'll come on to that in just a moment, but first of all, you're back here at Hartsdown Park. Just how do you feel walking back into the ground?
Yeah, it's nice to come back. I'm a local lad, so you know I do come up here periodically, but I've got lads who play now, so I'm probably around watching them. But yeah, it's changed a bit. But when I think back 25 years ago, I can still see how the ground used to look, how the pitch used to look, the feel of it, and like I say, the buzz on the day was brilliant.
You probably made some of our supporters watching feel a little bit old there. 25 years ago, of course, since obviously you played for the club, over 300 games. You are a club legend. Just how does that? How do you feel about your time at Margate?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, I was local. We were successful. You see people around the town, you know, pat you on the back. I even see people now that say, "I used to come and watch you at Margate," which is always nice. Absolutely. And you know, this season hopefully be a nice, successful season again for Margate. So, you know, you want that success to retain so the club thrives.
Of course, the club's seen a turnover in manager and some players, of course, over the summer. How much do you think that will have an effect going into the new season?
I think that's just non-league in general, isn't it? I mean, things move on. It's a bit of a testament to the club that players have gone to a higher level. Jay's gone to a higher level. You know, it is non-league football, let's be fair. You can't tie down players on long-term contracts. It's short-term in this. But, you know, fresh start, hopefully, you know, will give a bit of impetus for the club. Might surprise a few people in the league, because they're not expecting Margate to be maybe this strong this year, but hopefully they will be. Hold their own and surprise a few. And
the club has ambitions, I'm sure, of returning to the Vanarama National League as it is now. Of course, it was a conference, probably Vauxhall or nationwide conference, when Margate were there last time, with yourself included. Just sum up that period of time at the club and just how good it felt to be part of that.
I mean, the steps with football these days, there's a lot more steps to get to that goal of, you know, the Vauxhall conference or whatever it was. Whereas them days you had very little regionalised and you won 2 leagues and you was in the conference, but that was a feat in itself, I have to say. Playing against a lot of clubs now that are full-time or established in the league was great. You know, it's a proper buzz, and the majority of the side that got us to the conference played in the first few years there, which was nice as well. So it gave us the opportunity to make sure we'll pit ourselves against, you know, the best in non-league, and to, you know, maybe prove to ourselves that we were good enough to play that level.
And it certainly was a good first season in the conference, of course, finishing 8th that year, and a fantastic achievement. But we'll come on now into the Fulham game. Obviously, a massive occasion in the club's history. Of course, we welcome Fulham to Hartsdown Park this pre-season as part of the Marshall Godo deal. But just first of all, your thoughts and your memories on the day itself.
Everyone, the squad that we had, everyone wanted to be playing. You're playing at home in front of 5,000 people. The stand was up over there, the temporary stand. Loads of people was there mobile phones in them days, were phoning you, calling you or anything like that, saying, you know, good luck and all that. So yeah, you just wanted to be in the side. Pitting your wits against Fulham. They had Kevin Keegan, they had Ray Wilkins. They weren't in the Premiership like they are now, but it was, you know, you want to play in them sort of games, let's be fair. And it was, yeah, it was a good time. Like I say, I remember the couple of games midweek before, people had to come and get their tickets, so we had a good attendance for the few midweek games before that, so which was good for the club. But yeah, for Margate to host on a Sky Sports event, main event, was great for the area, great for the club, and lovely as a player.
Of course, the day had a backstory to it. Of course, Bad Manners and Buster Bloodvessel being the Margate sponsor, and Al Fayed, of course, threatening to arrive on his helicopter on the pitch. And of course, Sky Sports cameras were here as well. As players, how much did you get caught up in the sort of backstories going on to the game?
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's a good occasion. I remember we trained down here the midweek before, and Martin Tyler came down from Sky Sports because he was commentating on the the game, just to introduce himself, get familiar with the players, see us. And down there I remember him talking to us down behind the bottom goal, so there used to be quite a gap behind the bottom goal, so we was doing some bits down there with Chris and Wainsy, and yeah, he came around and introduced himself. So yeah, you get caught up in all that, don't you? It's lovely, bit of 5 minutes of fame. I've got it all on, I did have it all on a VHS video, but I think that's been burnt to CD now, it's all DVD, so that's quite good. I was lucky myself as well. I played a few games in the FA Cup with other sides, but this was my hometown club. You know, it was on Sky Sports. My family were in the stand. My first son had just been born, so he was big enough to see it on TV and recognise me and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was nice. Yeah.
Of course, on the day, ended in defeat, unluckily a 2-1 defeat, but how much do you think that game has imprinted on the history of Margate Football Club, and did you realise that at the time perhaps? Probably
not. But it gets rerun most times when, you know, it's FA Cup first round day. They revert back to, you know, sides that have, you know, held their own against sides, and obviously Fulham now Premier League side, so you know it generally gives a bit of good publicity for the club, and you know the memories then come flooding back. So, but like the Bournemouth, the Tottenhams, when Margate have been got to that level in the FA Cup, you know it gives a good bit of history, a good bit of tradition, and like I say, something for people to talk about when times aren't so good, or when you do come to the FA Cup. Oh, I hope we can emulate what we did in '97 or '67 or whenever it was. So yeah, it's imprinted within the club's history. It's good. It's on camera as well, which is also good. Which I'm not sure whether that is the same for the Bournemouth or Tottenham games, but I'm pretty sure that the people who saw them and the players that played in them have got the great memories as well. So we're fortunate enough that we got it on camera. And of course it was the start of Chris Kinney's reign here that sort of, that Fulham adventure FA Cup game sort of catapulted the club forward, didn't it, into then going on to winning the Southern League and making the nationwide conference. When you look back with them memories, do you realise how important that Fulham game was as that catapult? It was an important season because Chris had just got together a side, you know, that he wanted to win the league with. We were successful, we were winning games, so we came into the game thinking we got half a chance here, you know, and we won them close. Possibly a little bit more luck, we might have got a replay back up there, or, you know, maybe even snuck a win. But yeah, it was a time when hopefully, and the supporters saw it, that there was players here that, you know, were able to progress the club and make the club successful, i.e. winning leagues and progressing through the leagues. So yeah, it was an important season, it was part of an important season. I think everyone would have probably said we want to win the league, we want to get promoted, but to have a nice cup one always helps as well. So Mark, we're at the coffin end now, where obviously the famous penalty was taken. Standing here now, I know we can't recreate the day, but as you were stood here, what was going through your head? Well, probably a little bit nervous, to be fair. I was a penalty taker that year, hadn't missed a penalty, so of course I got the nod. Bugsy got fouled. I'm pretty sure it was outside the box, to be fair, but he did a decent dive which got in the box, and then it was a case of yes, oh no, it's me taking it. So yeah, a bit of pressure. Everyone around, Fulham fans behind, so you know, you just got to hope you get a clean strike and hopefully the keeper goes the other way. But on the day, I think I changed my mind a few times where I was going to put it, and I actually think I put it the side that I wouldn't normally go. But that don't matter now that it went in, and that's all I'm worried about. So. And you talk about the Fulham fans who were behind you. Were they giving you plenty of stick? Well, they're like everyone. They're trying to put you off and stuff like that. But when I actually scored, I think I peeled away that way, and they was all like, then started to give you a little bit of abuse. So then you turn away and go to the Margate fans or the home fans, hopefully. So, but yeah, once you score, you sort of like forget yourself a little bit. And that moment the ball hits the net, was it relief, pride? Yeah, what is that feeling? I'm going to say on camera that it was a great strike, but it probably wasn't the best strike that I hit. But it don't matter because it went in. So, and that's all that matters. And history can't repeat itself, or you know, that's indelible. So. And did you think about the Sky cameras being on you at the time? Did you think not just about the 5,000 people in here? Did you think about maybe the couple of 100,000 at home almost willing you to score because they wanted an upset on the day? Yeah, it's a possible giant killing. And also, you know, you're local, you don't see people in the street, the last thing you want them to say is, oh, I saw you miss a penalty. And apparently I won a few people a few quid, so there was a few bets gone on for first goal scorer, I was the penalty taker, so some people put some money on me, so they did all right, which was quite nice to hear. So
happy days all round.
Yep.
There you go, have a crack.